This past week has been such an amazing week for me, and I want to do my reflection with you guys. I think it'd be super cute to do a monthly micro moments. January has been an incredible month, as you can see by my wheel, and there's a lot in the career section, which I have a lot to talk about. And then health and fitness and love in the relationship are tied for second. And yeah, overall, it's just been an amazing month. We're starting off the month strong. I totally forgot I did this, but I created a workflow for the process between designers and engineers. And I presented it in front of everyone, and they all loved it, of course. I'm just kidding. I don't know how much I'm allowed to share, but I think I can say this. Our company is in the middle of doing a major design refresh. Basically, what that entails is everything that you see on the website, the app, anything that you visually see is going to change. And it's a massive company. There are multiple teams that work on one product, like logging into an account. There are multiple teams that work on just that user interface. You can picture the user interface built out of Lego blocks, and it's just a bunch of Lego blocks assembled together. My team is in charge of those Lego blocks and working with the design team to come up with like new looking Lego blocks. And now we got to go through whatever we built with those Lego blocks and upgrade each little Lego block. So that's what we're in the middle of doing right now. We're a new team. The company is growing so fast, which is why we're doing this. There hasn't been an official process in place on what that handoff process looks like between the designers to the engineers and how we're going to test and everything. So I basically created one. I love organizing. I'm just super detailed, and that's just something that I love to do. Everyone really appreciated that. Also, in January, I got a raise. I used all my wins that I've been logging in Winwheel to compile like a brag document, achievement stock, and then I sent that over to my recruiter and manager and tech lead and asked for a raise. Oh, and this is like a little gift card that they sent me just as an appreciation. I've also been continuously building out the mobile app. Second week of January, this was right before I entered Ludio phase. I had a really good week where I got all of the auth set up. So now you can log into the mobile app. You can navigate through the app. This is like the routing part of it. You think of it like building a highway and like building the exits and like getting off each exit. That's like when you navigate your mobile app, you're like going through different screens and like all that routing like needs to get done. So I set up all of that. Thank God it's finally over. And now I get to focus on the fun part, which is like building the user interface and the experience and thinking through like features that you're actually going to use. You do use login. That's all important stuff. On the week of January 18th, I spent 13 hours building up the app, and this was 21 days of building. I have been documenting it in my shorts, so you can watch that. And then my tech lead wrote me a letter of recommendation. He was on vacation for 2 weeks, and I took meeting minutes for him, which he found really helpful because there was so much influx happening between the design and engineering team. With all the new processes being put in place, my notes helped him step back into the role very easily. Happy I could do that. Again, I'm an organized person. I also was top 3 in PRs created, which are pull requests. How could you describe this? I guess it would be like handing in homework. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a non-technical, like a PRs. It's you handing in work that you did or something that you built. Yeah, I handed in the most work. My tech lead also nominated me as the top performer for our team, and then our Scrum Master nominated me as top performer for across the entire front end org. So yeah, that was really nice. Q4, I really crushed it. This time I only got 7 hours in because I was in my luteal menstrual phase. And then this is something very exciting that I'll be able to talk about a little bit more probably next time, but can't share too many details. I am building an AI workflow for our team. I love AI, and it's been incredible being able to have access to the tools now and being able to implement everything that I've been learning in the past year. So I'm super excited. My manager signed me up to present in front of the entire front end. I made slides for my big presentation next week. Now moving on to love and relationships, my second biggest category of the month. New Year's, of course, I spent it with Peter. We went to Garland and got to eat huthiu nambang, which is Cambodian, which is a noodle dish, and I like mine dry. There's also this really amazing spot for fresh tofu. January 4th, Peter taught me how to box. That's something that we've been getting into lately, or at least Peter's into, and then he got me into it. I'm a very active person, so I enjoy anything like physical. Yeah, he actually taught me real moves this time, not just throw your hands around, but we were practicing like legit combinations. And then this is like a regular thing, but he always surprises me with flowers. And I think it's so cute that he goes and bases it off of how they look and what it means to him in that moment. And then he goes and looks up the definition of flower, which is so cute. Oh, and then we made sushi bake together, which was so fun to make. Usually our schedules are so busy that like we're usually cooking alone or yeah, just not together, but it was so fun to make together. It's one of our staple meals that we'll definitely make for our kids. And then I have been learning how to bake pizza. That's one of my goals for Q1. Peter's favorite food is pizza, so I want to master it, and I think our kids will love it too. But mainly for him because it's his favorite food. It's just such a beautiful feeling to be able to cook something for the person that you love and them love what you make. And it just brings them so much happiness. It's such a nice feeling. I used to work at Papa John's and I actually really loved like the kneading, stretching out the dough and forming like the shape and stuff. The dough was already pre-made. It came shipped. So we didn't actually make the dough in-house, but we would stretch it into the pizza every time and then put the toppings on. So I just used the same Papa John's method. These are all my attempts. This is the third attempt, okay? There's a lot that I could talk about with these pizzas. Oh, and then I also baked banana bread because we had some bananas going ripe. One of my goals for this quarter in terms of health and fitness was to get 3 pull-ups, and I got 3 pull-ups. I'm so happy about that. And the other really big goal is to sleep more. I really want to prioritize my cycle and regulating it. And I think sleeping more would help because I wake up at 5 a.m. and I just need to get to bed earlier. I'm actually already increased my sleep by 30 minutes over the past year. So last year I was getting about 6 hours and 25 minutes. This year we're about at 6 hours and 56 minutes. Today actually is 506 days since I started 75 Hard for the second time around. And what's amazing is everything that I learned during 75 Hard, I've also picked up more tricks, or I guess learned more along the way. This is the first time I've been able to sustain the habits that I built during 75 Hard. Like I did it the first time, but I didn't sustain those habits because it was too extreme. But I found what works for me, and I'm super happy to share that in another video. I'm really proud of myself because I'm at like the dream body fat and visceral fat and subcutaneous fat that I want to be at. And then again, more sleep stuff. January is also a really good month for my habits. I ended with 98.15% habits completed. I finished reading Start Small, Stay Small, a developer's guide to launching a startup. There were some really good tips on like SEO, marketing, how to choose what you're going to build, what the difference is between a project and a product. Technically, products are things that there is a hole in the market and the market needs, and there are people that would pay for that. Whereas a project is something that you do for fun, and I don't know yet if my app is a project or a product. As it stands right now, it's probably a project, but there are some interested people who would pay for it, so we'll see. I would love for it to be a product that people are willing to pay for because I do see it as a tool that can be very powerful, and just realizing how powerful you are. It's honestly helped me so much. I was reading one of my LinkedIn posts from last year talking about how I had imposter syndrome, even though I had accomplished so much like at that point in my career, or what people would say, oh, you've done so much. And in my head, I'm like, oh, what do you mean? But now I don't ever feel like that. I'm like, yeah, I know. Because I'm constantly looking back and reading the things that I've done and recognizing like that I do hold that power within myself. And so I would love for every single woman on this planet to feel that way, because I think that women are the most creative, most powerful beings on this earth. Like we possess the ability to bring life into this world. Like we literally are creating this world, but it's crazy. And also, I'm a big proponent of this belief of not doing enough, not being enough, and needing to do more. Like, we don't need to do more. We're already doing so much. Like, that just makes me so happy. My friend Miata started using the app, and she was just going through a really rough time in her life. And now, like, after using it and just logging these moments, like, it's not something super crazy that you're doing. You're literally just, when you come across these little micro moments in your life that bring you happiness, bring you joy, or something that you're really proud of, you log them and then you look back on it. And it's just so cool to see her journey and just how far she's come in just a month from being like not very happy with life to now starting a new business. She got a pay raise, moved to a new city, start a new job. There's just so much that you can do when you believe that you are capable of living that life that you want and so desire to live. Some other small wins: I paid off all my personal credit cards. This is a huge one for me. I'm so close to being financially free, and I used to be super ashamed to talk about money, but I really want to talk about money more and more openly. When I bought this home, I had no debt. I had a lot of savings, and then I was unemployed for a bit and ran out of savings, piled on a bunch of debt, and it's just been an entire year trying to pull out of that because having a mortgage is not cheap. And I'm just so proud of myself for not only paying off all of my debts, but rewiring the way I look at money. Like, I used to be so ashamed to say these things that I just said, like just the fact that I was in debt, could never admit that to anyone before because I just felt like it would make me look incompetent or less than. But it's life, like, it happens. I also just want to move away from that scarcity mindset of money is limiting and you're only powerful like when you have money. I just look at money a lot differently now. I really learned last year that a lot of my beliefs came from how I grew up and not having much and trying to hold on to as much as possible instead of taking it and investing it, and it'll drop for a bit, but the outcome will end up being more. Money is everywhere, and money comes easily, money comes effortlessly. Those are the things I keep telling myself. I also posted 2 videos, I think 2 or 3 videos on YouTube last month, and I'm trying to do one a week. But again, I realized that I need to plan my life around my cycle, not just move through like a machine, because I'm not a machine. I'm learning that as a woman, our bodies go through these cycles, and to really be in tune with being a woman is to live in alignment with your cycle as well. Utilizing this energy that I have right now during my follicular and ovulation phase, and I'm gonna slow down during the luteal menstrual phases and be okay with that, be comfortable with that, be prepared. And then January 18th, I'm so grateful that my mom is okay. She slipped on ice. We had a Texas winter storm. Crazy because it was just all ice, not really any snow, honestly. Very dangerous when it's ice, and she slipped on some ice getting out the car, and luckily she did not hurt her head. Like, she's fine, but she did break her ankle and has to get surgery for that. So it was just really nice to be able to go over and take her out for lunch and take her out to get her hair done and just shower her and help her with whatever else that she needed. It was just so cute to see her coming out of that sad energy into like happy energy. One last career win: 4 of my cohort students. I led a cohort last year around the same exact time. It's for the Dallas software developers. They do a cohort every single year, 1 or 2 a year. And 4 of them got their first jobs in tech. So that just makes me so happy. Those are my micro moments of January. Loving how my wheel is looking, and it's so fun to watch it grow. But I will see you next month. Oh, I also forgot to mention that my baby niece turned 1, and she's the most cutest, precious girl ever. It was so fun to watch her smash herself into the cake. And it was so funny because she did not like getting dirty. Like, she's so clean and cute. But yeah, not only was it her birthday, but it was also my best friend's first year of being a mom, like a whole year of being a mom, which is crazy. Like you go through so much as a new mom, and it's been beautiful to watch her and see how she's grown. And I just can't wait for that for myself and like for our kids to play together. Kids, if you're watching, Kodo's on the floor right now, so I don't know if you'll be able to say bye. Thank you for listening. I will see you next time.